Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to check out my I Love Lucy playlist. There's a link in the description of this video where you can see over 220 videos of I Love Lucy content that you can enjoy, so don't forget to take a look. Also, a great way to support the channel is on Patreon. There's exclusive content there as well, and if you browse my channel, you'll see lots of other classic TV shows that I think that you will love. Make sure also to watch the entire video so that you can see who won the I Love Lucy color DVD giveaway. Today I'm going to be talking about the Desi Orchestra, or on the show they were known as Ricardo's Orchestra. Same thing, and what's great is that everyone on the show who was part of Ricky's orchestra pretty much went by their real name, which made it easy for everyone and so forth, and many of them even called Ricky Desi, which was of course Desi Arnaz's first name, and it's kind of fun to see that pointed out, especially Marco Rizzo. Now let me talk a little bit about Marco Rizzo. He is probably one of the most popular of the entire band. Marco was featured in a lot of episodes along with Desi and by himself as well to kind of assist the storyline when needed, which is pretty cool. Now his association, according to him, with Desi Arnaz started long before I Love Lucy. He was Desi's pianist arranger when he appeared at the Copacabana in New York City in the 1940s. Then as time continued, they developed a friendship, obviously, and they became really close. He continued in this capacity in the same position when his orchestra headlined the Bob Hope NBC radio show in Hollywood for 2 years. Then they also did Your Tropical Trip for CBS Radio. That was in 1951. Now 1951 is a big year because that is the first year of the show I Love Lucy. That's when the pilot came out. Now, in regarding to the CBS radio show that I was talking about in 1951, that had music from South America and the Caribbean as well. Now, when the I Love Lucy pilot came, Marco Rizzo remained there until the very end in 1960 with the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. Marco Rizzo also pointed out that he had worldwide concert tours in which he played his own special arrangement of I Love Lucy theme song, and most people who were fans of the show really approved it. And remember, this is from around the world, so it's pretty cool to see that. He appeared, like I said, in many episodes. Here's one where he appears in The Passports and plays a piano for Ricky, and many others, and he's probably the most widely known. Now, this is a great picture because it shows off most of the band, and most of them are named for you for your convenience. Also want to mention in a big way Wilbur Hatch. Now he's even named in the Lucy Does It TV commercial episode where Ricky says, "Mr. Hatch, will you please?" to begin the music, and the music began. So he was the conductor of the orchestra. Now we move on to Alberto Calderon. He was pretty much the drummer on the show, and you could see him in many different seating arrangements, and oftentimes he would be playing the drum along with the band. And then we move on to kind of a character that always stands out to me. I call him a character, but his name is Pippin Betancourt. Now, in another biography speaking on I Love Lucy, well, talking mostly about the show, he is billed as Jose. Now, he was probably known on the show, probably his character was Pippin, and then Jose was his real name. But anytime I looked this man up, he always went under Pippin, so that might have been a little bit of a confusion there with his name. Now, the reason I remember him is pretty much anytime Lucy appears at the club with Ricky and they're having dialogue or anything funny, he's the one who laughs the most. Like, just look at him pretty much in any episode. Look out for him. He's a very distinctive look, and he is pretty much laughing so much, and even pounding his fist in his hand. It seems like he almost sees these scenes for the first time when they are being filmed, and it's just entertaining to watch. Pippin was also known as an actor and was in Hill Street Blues in 1981 and also The Mothers-in-Law in 1967, which was connected directly to Desi Arnaz himself. Moving on to Nick Escalante, he played the bass. Now, again, with a very distinctive look. He almost always has a smile on his face, and he even appeared in the Tennessee Bound episode in season 4. What was great is this is where they're square dancing, and all of a sudden he appears along with Alberto Calderon, who I mentioned earlier, and it's really cool because there's no reason for them to be in Tennessee in the first place. So obviously they were just taken because they could play those instruments for the scene itself, but that's a pretty major blooper. They were banking on you not catching them, but I caught him, so don't worry about that. Moving on now to Tony Turan. Now, he is another fairly popular individual. He was the trumpeter on the show, playing the trumpet. Now, he was with the Benny Goodman's orchestra. He was also in the Desi Arnaz orchestra. He was fairly popular, as I said. He was part of the Wrecking Crew, which was a group of session of musicians in Los Angeles who earned pretty much acclaim everywhere in the 1960s. They were inducted into the Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum in 2007, and he was one of the last to actually pass away from I Love Lucy regarding anyone who showed up on the show in 2017. Now, what's unfortunate is that there were 3 trumpeters in his band. Tony, there was also Vincent DeBari and Felipe Hernandez. Unfortunately, I couldn't find much information on those individuals because I couldn't put a name to the person, and so I can't really point out who they're at. I can't do the process of elimination, and that is pretty unfortunate. We also have Jack Pickering and Jose Gutierrez, who were both on the trombone. Now, what's really interesting with the next individual, Joe Miller, is that he was pretty multi-talented. He was a flute, sax, and also trombone player. And now, this individual's name is Joe, and he appears in the band, but he also appears in this really interesting episode, Lucy's Last Birthday, as one of the Friends of the Friendless. He disappears from the orchestra, and he's just part of the Friends of the Friendless. They needed someone to play that instrument, and they were able to get him. It's kind of an inconsistency there, but it's cool to see him in that episode nevertheless. Now, in the saxophone episode, we see Ralph Brady being named. He's kind of auditioning for Ricky in this part, and then Lucy comes in. It's nice to see him as well. And finally, we have Joe Carioca, who appears in Ricky's screen test, and he's the one who plays that kind of mandolin instrument. I'm not really good at music, so hopefully that is correctly a mandolin. What's up, Felipe Cubinar? And that pretty much rounds out the Desi Arnaz Orchestra. I hope this was interesting to you guys and gals. It was really difficult because I had to piece so much information together. I gave you as much as I could find and as much as possible. In the future, if I happen to find out more, I could always do an addition to this episode, an addendum, or even update it. But hopefully this got things rolling so that you know some of these individuals. And now when you watch the show, you can point them out as many as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate this. I do want to give you the winner of the giveaway. Hey guys and gals, so I'm going to pick the winner of the giveaway. There are many different methods that I use, but one of them is a YouTube comment picker. Wow, YouTube random comment picker. There we go. What I do, I basically put the URL of the actual video on here, and look at this, 1,503 comments. So it's going through every single comment, making sure that everyone gets counted, but I am filtering duplicates. And then I just hit start, and it'll pick someone at random so that, you know, there's no favoritism there. And this is the winner, Jazz Flores. I always notice his high-heeled shoes. Never thought anything of it. He always looks so handsome and dapper. Gotta love Desi and Lucy in color. There we go. She also used, or Jazz, it doesn't say if it's a she or a he, but Jazz used Lucy in color, which is the code word that you needed to use. So don't forget, Jazz Flores, to write to me, rick9g@yahoo.com, so that I can get your information and send that DVD to you right away. A very big shout out and a big thanks to executive producers Andy, David, and Joe for being amazing supporters of the channel, as well as all of my Patreon supporters. If you want to become a Patreon member and have exclusive content only seen on Patreon, don't forget to visit the page. Links are in the description. I also have coffee mugs and other cool merchandise for you to look at. Links in the description as well.